Hi, I'm Colin of Bosworth Property Marrakech. Today we're going to walk you through a few do's and don'ts of buying property here in Marrakech. So you're thinking about buying property here in Marrakech. That could be a riad, it could be a villa, it could be land, it could be property of all descriptions, and we're here to help you. This little tutorial will basically go through 7 things which you must or mustn't do when you're buying property here in Marrakech. Firstly, use a reputable agency. Don't use a local simsar. Now, why? Basically, every simsar has a cousin who has a brother whose sister's husband is selling property, and they don't do diligence. You need somebody to do diligence. If you find that rare pearl with a simsar, come and see me. Let's do the diligence together. If they refuse that, there's a reason for it. Use a reputable agency. Big shout out to Valérie Barada in Côte Medina. She's very good. And of course, Bosworth Property Marrakech is your expert here in Marrakech. Use an international class notary to do the legal diligence and the contractual work, and use one who speaks your language. So we work in English, for example, with Jamal Mohada, we work with Leila Benfadil, we work with Reda Bullman. These are top international class notaries who will work for you. Don't accept the seller's notary. It's much better, as you're paying for the notary, that you choose your own. As a first-time buyer here in Marrakech, buy a freehold title deed. Don't buy a melkia. A melkia is the old Islamic system. You'll find all that information in my guide. Don't do that. Buy a freehold title deed or possibly a requisition. A requisition is halfway between the melkia and the land registry freehold title deed. Again, that's all in my guide. Buy a title deed. When you are transferring your funds here to Marrakech, use the notary's escrow account for your investment. This means that the notary can then apply for your Formula 2 from the Central Exchange Office in Rabat. And when one day in the future you decide to sell your property, you'll be able to export all of your funds back to the country of origin without a problem. Don't use your local dirham account to transfer funds for investment. This will then make it very complicated for you to export your funds if and when one day you come to sell your property. If possible, buy with cash. This gives you access to a lot more properties. If you're applying for a mortgage here, and it's possible, again, that's in my guide, how to finance your mortgage, a lot of owners, a lot of sellers will not want to sell because it takes so long. It can take between 8 to 12 weeks, during which the property is removed from the market. So by applying for a mortgage, you are basically limiting the type of property and the number of properties to which you will have access to purchase. If you're setting up a business, for example, a guest house, a hotel, a restaurant, whatever, use a top-class accountant. Accountants are very important here. Use one that speaks your language. For example, in English here, we often use John Stobbart. He's very good. He's been here 25 years, very well connected. Your accountant is the man who's going to be doing your tax for you, who's going to be doing diligence for you on your accounts, and this is a very important person. Don't try to do it yourself. It's very complicated here. And lastly, read my guides. They're free for download in PDF form on the website. Simply go to bosworthpropertymarrakech.com/free guides and you will get my contextual guide, you will get my buying guide, you will get my selling guide, all for free. So here we are at your service in Marrakech. I'm here also to answer any questions you may have, either by mail, by WhatsApp, or by phone. Thank you very much.